Say Vegan, aka Charles, and we've got Drew on the West Coast. What's going on, guys? How you doing today?
Feeling fantastic. A little tired today.
I'm in sensory overload, so yeah, I'm gonna double that and say I'm tired too. Been a lot going on. San Diego Comic-Con is a go, and as it is, it's a place of announcements. They just dropped kind of a truck on us this weekend. I don't know where to begin, but we'll pick a point and we'll just follow it through and see where it takes us. So, Charles, you want to start us off?
Yeah. Ragnarok, Thor Ragnarok, I believe was the, what else did Justin? We'll start with Thor Ragnarok. I was impressed. They had a lot going on, much more information than the other trailer that came out. But overall, the first trailer, I was like, yeah, you know what? Okay. Another Thor, because I wasn't too impressed with the first Thor movie. Anyway, second one was okay. This one, I'm like, all right, I'm ready. Give me my ticket. Let me go sit my butt down in the seat. It got me excited.
I was going to go regardless. I think that the earlier trailer, the highlight of that was seeing Hulk at the telltale end. You know, everybody was cracking up at oh my God, I know him from work. That was the highlight of that one. But aside from that, you can't really pick any moments that were, aside from maybe Mjolnir getting destroyed.
Right.
There was nothing that really caught your eye in terms of why you'd want to go check this one out. This latest one completely added to the best parts of the last trailer.
Yeah.
And it also kind of sets up what I feel is a video game type of vibe with this one. If you notice, there's Thor. He's talking to Hulk, and he's like, "Yeah, so I lost my hammer the other day." It's still kind of fresh in my mind. And then in this trailer, you got him adding to that where it's like, I need a team of people who are going to help me out. And you got Bruce Banner, who's back in the mix. It's the first lines we've actually seen Bruce Banner in as non-Hulk. You get the bonus of seeing Hulk actually articulate speech
he's
now.
Actually using.
He's totally just capable of having like conversations, which is great.
Because he stayed Hulk for so long, too. I think he was Hulk for like 2 years.
He was Hulk, yes.
Like the Avengers, you see him riding in the plane. I guess he didn't turn back from that time. Until,
I think it's going to have to do, that's going to have to do with the planet that they're on. And then you have the addition of Valkyrie, who's played by that one, Seven, you know the pretty light-skinned actress's names. Who is the chick that's playing Valkyrie?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
I don't, but I know, it's so funny. I know a lot of things that she's in, but I don't know her name.
Dear White People. She was in Creed. She's been, you know her face.
Oh, that's the one out of Creed.
Yeah, you totally know who she is. She's freaking gorgeous. She's a dope actress. She's going to be Valkyrie in this one, who's in the Norse mythologies. Basically, they're all-female, brolic, badass, sword-wielding warrior chicks. She's involved. And we got Loki. And they're all kind of like lined up, ready to go to war. I swear, this kind of reminds me of like the beat-em-up, side-scrolling action games when you see them just fly through like fields of guys. And then you got the tournament element with the Coliseum. So this is going to be fun, dude. And you're going to have that dynamic between Thor and Hulk, which is going to be rad. You got Loki, who everybody's always freaking out over him because he's a dope. He's probably one of the few, highly interesting Marvel villains.
Let me punch up a shot of her. Hold on a second. Let me just... this is the lady we're talking about. She looks great in that outfit, by the way.
She's dope. She's dope. And she usually gives, dope performances. I can't think of anything where I was just like, she was kind of trash in that one. She's going to, bring it when it comes to how she comports herself, because she's very good at emoting and expressing things.
Right.
It should be dope. I'm not expecting anything really to
Loki's going to show up, man. That's the thing about Loki. You never know who's coming.
Yeah. This one's going to be busy, man. It has a pretty big cast. I think it has, probably one of the bigger casts compared to the other two Thor films, I'm willing to say. And what's also interesting is that they're melding two different story arcs from the comics. It's kind of based on Ragnarok, where, all the Asgardians die. It's mostly about Thor's death, right? And how it follows Norse mythology. But a lot of it, I'd say the lion's share of the plot seems like it's going to be modeled after Planet Hulk.
Okay.
And Planet Hulk and maybe World War Hulk, because he's got the space armor and all that stuff. So
now will this be a traditional Loki?
Beg your pardon?
Will it be more of a traditional Loki where more of the trickster
That's
kind
what
of.
I'm saying. Conniving trickster.
Probably. He's got his blades and stuff like that. Before you stop, quick pause. Tessa Thompson, that's her name. I just remembered.
That's what Conniving.
Yeah, she's gonna be Valkyrie. But yeah, it's gonna be just Loki doing Loki. He can fight. The dude's proven that he can fight when as long as Hulk doesn't get a hold of his ankles. But
Daffy Duck him.
yeah, you sit up there and just give him that duck season, rabbit season treatment. But or better yet, no, the bulldog. Remember when the bulldog would come up and grab Tom? What was it, Tom or Jerry?
Oh yeah.
You just grab him, throw him up.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was gonna ask you guys because you guys are really a lot more into the canon of a lot of the characters. Why did they not show Loki in the trickster tradition? Like, why they kind of didn't go there in the past?
Because they wanted to avoid the, I guess, stigma or risk of him being just Marvel's Joker.
Right.
Joker is the trickster. Joker is the person that puts you in difficult situations and makes you do, like, essentially the jigsaw routine, where it's like choose your poison. And Tom Hiddleston's performance he still has those elements. He still has, like, the deceiver vibe to him, but they made him a lot more charismatic, I think. So that's probably
He makes a good Loki.
Makes a good Loki.
Yeah. Even like I said, even in the books and stuff, it's like you never know who's coming. Is it going to be the serious Loki where he can get down, or, or is it going to be the trickster, deceitful type? So it kind of works for that.
What's going to be badass about this one is if you notice at the tail end of the trailer, you got Surtur in the mix.
Surtur's in a Hulk fight. Surtur, boy.
Yeah, he's like one of the biggest bads in the Marvel canon. And I see Hulk. He's doing his thing. He's like coming at him like he's about to like strike him. I'm like, that's a cool shot and everything. Hulk is not a threat to Surtur in the slightest. I'm sorry.
He's like Surtur's like one of the elders in a sense, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He's one of the eldest beings in the freaking multiverse, and dude has like a sword that can cleave through whole dimensions, bruh. Hulk smash what?
That's.
No.
I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to play that scene out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see how they're going to play that out.
How it plays out. So curious segue. I think we should switch gears and go into the next bit over at the DC Warner Brothers camp. We also got the Justice League trailer. Again, San Diego Comic-Con. Be prepared to see some stuff. Things will be advertised.
Oh yeah.
What did you guys think of it?
I thought it was cool. I think I'm in the Batman Aquaman corner. Honestly, I think they're doing a really good thing with Aquaman. I think they're riding Aquaman a little bit harder. Pushing him to the forefront in a sense.
On Batman? You mean, really?
I said Aquaman. I said
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really? DC riding Batman's coattails. That's never happened before. I agree.
Yeah, go ahead. It's looking good, man. I think it's looking good. I think DC, after the whole Wonder Woman, got them up and running real good. And I think that momentum's going to carry over to Justice League. So I'm actually happy for those guys. They definitely need it.
Yeah, a lot of people, they consider Wonder Woman to be the redemption film for the DC Cinematic Universe. On many fronts, I agree. And on others, I think that there are already things out in place that kind of worked, that pushed them along. But this one definitely does bring it home because they don't, if you notice in this trailer, they don't really just focus on one person. It's not a Batman movie with everyone else. It's not Wonder Woman, everyone rally behind her because she's the only one that matters. It's very much a collective effort. You got beats with each character, beats that you like, and you kind of see with this one I guess not the MO, but you see the function that they'll serve within the group.
Exactly.
Batman is he's like the de facto leader because he's like, this is what we have to do. This is our mission. Wonder Woman is the tactician because she's fought wars and she knows how to rally people around her. You have Cyborg, who will jack your ship and be like, don't worry, Alfred.
That was my part right there.
Who is this?
That was
Do
nice.
I know you? So you got the tech, and then you have the Flash, who adds the more bubbly, lighthearted, heroic element to it. He's just started this. You can totally tell. I love probably one of my favorite parts in the trailer is it's like, look, it's great that you guys are all, gung-ho about that life, ready to go to war. You have to understand, I don't fight. I just walk up and push people and then run away. I I love it. So
Oh,
you see,
man.
there's like a group dynamic, and they each serve a different function. And then you got your boy Aquaman, who's very much the
Like the
let's
grunt.
go, let's get
Yeah,
in.
it's
He's
Joe's
oddly
turn.
seems like the tank of the group, if
Yeah.
you know.
But that's good though. It's they gave everyone their own role, their own personality, and everyone's not trying to be the badass, so to
Not
speak.
everyone's
And
sitting up
yeah,
there this brooding, like being
yeah,
sad about
which
stuff.
is good.
There's a bit, I can't call it controversy, but there's a stupid amount of fan speculation about the ending of the trailer. So you guys see Alfred, he's talking to someone.
Oh, we already know what's going to happen, but we don't
It's-
know what direction it's going to go though.
But my thing, okay, it goes one way, another way, and then I'm trying to settle on like a third option. A lot of people were saying it's Superman outright. Makes sense when you look at the sequence and what Alfred says. Like,
You're not too late.
I hope, emphasis on the hope, you're not too late. There's the water, which you think it's Jurassic Park, but really there's two booms. 1, 2, that could be the sonic boom, and then Superman landing. It hints to it, but then there's people that are saying, well, you see like the green flash, you see like a green glow,
Yeah,
and they're saying, yeah, which led other people to say, well, no, it's Green Lantern. I'm kind of hoping it's both. We don't necessarily have to make it one or the other, and I'm hoping that that's the case, because if it's just Superman, it's not like we didn't already know that he was going to come back. This is no big mystery to anyone.
dude, wouldn't that be wicked if they
I know,
had Green Lantern find Superman in space and he brings his butt down? Superman's out there floating around, and Lantern brings him down. That
He's
would be
buried
nice.
though. His body's in the earth. He's in the monument. His body is that
He's
giant
still in the
monument.
monument.
Unless,
Because
well,
comic books, he turned to light. I don't know if they
So, well,
use
in the
anything
movies,
from the comic book.
in the movie, he's in the coffin. You see the little rocks rise at the end of Batman v Superman. So
Yeah.
he's still in the ground essentially, unless something happens.
Because in the comics, if I'm not mistaken, his body ends up turning into light.
Something like that.
Yeah, so if that's even if they're going to take anything from, well, we know they don't. I don't know. They kind of morph and hybrid things together.
Yeah, there's always some excuse as to why you can't die when you're a superhero. But I hope it's both, actually, because if it's just Superman, it's like, why did you guys play up this mystery that we knew it really isn't a mystery? We knew he was going to come back. It's not Justice League without him. And they do confirm that the Green Lanterns are a thing, because step
that
is there's no protectors. This place has no protectors. There are no lanterns. There's no Kryptonian.
Onions.
So I hope it's both. I hope we get both of them at the same time. It's just like, all right, that could. I'm trying to remember too if he was talking to an individual, or for me, it's not like he could leave it open to he was talking to multiple people.
Right. It sounded like an individual, but
But the wordage again, it's all in like the text and what's said.
Mhm.
We hope you aren't too late. He could be talking to two people.
Could be.
So
we'll find out. I'll learn soon.
There's more mystery built up around this, I think, than there should be. But
I believe they're going to show one more trailer. I believe they got one more trailer up their sleeve.
really, after a 4-minute second,
I hope
or
they
third trailer?
don't. I hope they don't. I would just leave it the way it is because you got everyone guessing.
Yeah. There's
So
just enough built up around this where if there is one, I'm gonna do my damnedest not to watch it.
You're giving away too much, right?
I'm really gonna try not to watch it. I don't want anything else ruined for me because everyone talks. There's nothing sacred anymore.
This is what, the third one? Third trailer, you said? This is the third trailer?
It's it's like either the second or the third. I can't remember which. I want to say it's the third.
Okay.
There's the one from last Comic-Con. There's the one they put out afterwards, and then I think there's this one.
So this might be it, and hopefully this is it. 'Cause I don't think they need more.
You guys are right too with the trying to give everybody equal time, but they definitely tried to push to give Cyborg more time because he's the lesser, not say the lesser, but the character that has gotten the less attention over the last several months, really.
For the movie, yeah, and I think hopefully they realize that there is an entire audience of people who have followed. There's an entire generation, I should say, of people who follow who Cyborg is because of Teen Titans, the show.
Right.
The regular one and Teen Titans Go. Forget all you haters out there. It's a dope show. But they are trying to give him more screen time, and I think that's good. They actually gave him some speaking lines. If you notice, he didn't say anything for the last 2 some odd trailers. So it's finally good.
What I liked about him too is they didn't have him just like, I hate to say they bring the brother and the brother got to be the jokey one. He was just he was straight, The stuff he did, he looked serious to the point.
He was a robot. He was the Terminator, man. He's like the way how he sits up there, the intonation in his vocals is just he's a robot straight up in that moment. The Terminator, man.
Yeah, so that's all. That's cool, man.
Yeah. So that'll be dope. And the Jokey was gonna be the Flash. I already know.
Oh yeah.
I love the end. Oh my god, the end where you guys.
They all disappeared.
Who's the actor that plays him? He was also Jonah Jameson.
I don't know his name. He's on the Farmers Insurance too.
Yeah, like
I'm
he's
surprised. He leapfrogged from the
really
MCU to DC.
Yeah, it's like he's switched camps, and I gotta say, as a Jim Gordon, he looks really dope.
Yeah, I had to double take. I was like, "What is that? Yeah, that's him."
And apparently, he got like hella. Why they needed Jim Gordon to get hella jacked for this movie, I have no idea. Like, why he needed to? You have pictures of him on like social media where he's just, and the dude's like just huge now, and I'm like, okay, is Jim Gordon gonna be like out here a bit busting ass and taking names? But the scene where he turns his back, and it's the classic thing where Jim Gordon's talking to Batman, and he turns, and Batman's gone because he's a dick, right? He does that. All of them are gone. And it's just Flash standing there, and he's just like, oh, they all just straight up, they bounced. That was kind of rude. And then he just like awkwardly just shucks away. I love it.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be some good stuff in it. It's weird seeing this movie take shape because we know it was filmed under Zack Snyder, and then he had to exit the project in I think it's the post-production process because of personal things, and Joss Whedon takes over. So you see kind of like the blending of these two styles that'll hopefully come together to make something awesome. And just even with the color palette, it's a little bit lighter.
It's lighter. I looked. I was like, that's a good thing. DC, man, that's one of the problems I had with Wonder Woman. I loved how it started out, right? Mm-hmm. And then you get the parts of the end, it was so dark when they were fighting. I was like, man, lighten it up a little bit. You know what I mean? The lighting was parts were just.
I was fine with that because the whole movie wasn't like that, which is why I was okay with that. Ultimately, you have Themyscira, which is super bright, lush, one with nature, but it has that Greek, Colosseum type of look where it looks like some mythical crap's about to go down in this place, right? Then you have her in the war zone where everything is dingy and messed up and mucky. And then you have the other parts where she's in the elegant dresses and they have the parties and all that stuff. She's among, the higher class. And then you got the dark part at the end, which is supposed to be.
Yeah, I just wish that was a little bit lighter for me. I mean, some parts work because they had the lasso. You can see the lasso.
Yeah, lasso.
Some stuff was just she was just so dark. She darn near blended into the background. I'm like, come on.
I was cool with that though. It fit. There were different color palettes to it, and the way how it was filmed was really dope. So,
also, I think that was their way of trying to also tell you about Wonder Woman. Like she was raised in this light, beautiful world, and then she walks into this gray, mucky, dark,
Yep.
I agree. This innocent little flower going into hell.
Setting fits. Totally fits.
Yeah.
What else we got? Because
Westworld. What is going on with that?
I'm gonna let you guys take the Westworld.
I don't know, and I love it. Westworld got its second season trailer put out. It's just a series of really odd, single shots of certain characters in really odd situations or strange situations. You don't really know the context. You don't really know what's going on or who's happening or what's happening to who. But what I do know is I better see some samurai in this season. Don't you tease me with the idea of samurai last season and then not deliver in this one, man. It looks like it's going to be rad. It looks like it picks up right after where the first season ended, where literally, all hell breaks loose in the park, and the androids are just, flipping out, and they're just demolishing any human skin that they see in their vicinity. It's going to be great. I cannot wait.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask that, and I don't mind you spoiling for me because I tuned into Westworld, and I was confused, delighted, then what's going on, and I kind of tuned out. So what happened?
Well,
all things if you were to just say, this is the intro, this is what happened in the middle, and this is the end, how would you sum up season 1?
It doesn't work that way with the show, but essentially to try to narrow all that down into one nutshell.
Yep.
There's a park. that caters to the super rich, and they create these synthezoids, these androids who can, for the most part, feel, experience things. They learn from their experiences, and they grow as living creatures. The whole arc of that season is sentience, like self-awareness, existence, all that fly stuff. It ends with the androids becoming self-aware, and in the classic sci-fi fashion, they rebel against their creators. And in this park, which is housing all these regular people who are going and doing all kinds of wild stuff in their park, the androids basically say, you know what, screw this, we're over it, and they start killing people at the end of the first season. And it's great.
Now,
and it's going to pick up right where that one left off.
now, in this world, even though they focus on the Wild Wild West, there are several parks, right? You could choose.
And that's connected to, it's based on an old film. I believe this was, oh my God, Jurassic Park, dude. Crichton. This is Crichton's work. And the movie, the name of the corporation that makes the android, the synthezoids, is called Delos. And you come to find out in the story that there's actually several parks. There's Rome World, there's West World, there's Medieval World. And in the series, it looks like there's also like a Samurai World, which I would totally be at. No questions asked. So you see samurai droids at near the end of the first season. And immediately I'm just like, oh God, please give me the Samurai World. Please integrate those characters into it. That's going to be great. It's going to be badass. And the season ends. So I'm hoping they bring that back and we do see other things. There's also the cold storage for the other malfunctioning androids that they sealed. They get out. It's going to be badass. Can't wait.
And for anyone that's like, wait a minute, that sounds like Jurassic Park or one or two other properties after, this is actually older than all that. This is like this 1970s, right? The original.
It was the first time that Michael Crichton made a story about creations from man flipping out and killing their creators. Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
This has gone on before, and it's dope how they do it. The acting, the music, the way it's shot, everything about it is just freaking stunning.
The list of actors are ridiculous.
They got a lot of actors.
They got some heavy hitters.
A lot of good actors in this one. And it wasn't. I would argue that there wasn't a weak performance in the group.
Right.
Well, that's good then.
So, and they got Anthony Hopkins, which is already like, yeah, you be able to.
Yeah.
You better get some good scenes. When you
And
got Anthony Hopkins.
let me just throw this out there too, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't just get people that were popular. They got people that could actually act.
No, they didn't just get the cute face that's trending right now on social media. They actually got proven, acid-tested actors who you know can bring that fire.
Acid-tested better than proven.
I'm sorry, it's just they have a great cast.
That's good.
Evan Rachel Wood, her whole transition from being just this really pretty doll, like a robot, to becoming psychotic robot Apocalypse Eve, you're like, oh my God, woman, you just freaking killed the game.
And how much money did they pay her to basically be naked half the season?
She did more than be naked. There's scenes where she's naked, granted. Her and the actress that plays Maeve, they're both naked for quite a bit, but they do a lot more than that.
They got the birthday suits on.
They got the birthday suits on. I mean, it's not like Daenerys in Game of Thrones where she's just like, okay, I'm kind of over being naked. I'm not going to do that anymore.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You guys can keep paying me, but I don't want to do any more nude scenes, which is understandable.
Right.
So.
Well, one good thing about it is I think, well, I don't want to think too deep into what they were thinking as far as the writers and producers, but I think by keeping them naked and so many times, and you able to let go of them being human and them more being robots, because
I hear you. Yeah,
you get desensitized, like you know.
Oh, actually, you bring up a good part. There's a pretty interesting scene in season 1 where one of the maintenance people, there's a naked fellow. There's one of the naked droids there, and he covers him up. Anthony Hopkins comes in, he looks at him, and he's like, "Why are you covering him?" He's like, "What, you afraid he's gonna get cold?" And he pulls off. He's like, "He's not a person. He's a tool. Tools don't get cold. Keep working." And that's very telling. Wow. That's very telling about like the relationship and like our separation from like man and machine.
Wow. So it's not just nudity just to have nudity.
No,
absolutely not. Yeah.
It's not True Blood. Don't worry. It's not True Blood where it's been 5 minutes and we're both hot. Let's bang. Like, no. Come on.
It
Nah, it's not that type of
doesn't
show.
have True Blood syndrome. That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. So
By the way, random, and we don't have to stay long on this, but did anybody see Baby Driver?
I did.
How was it?
I didn't see it.
I like Baby Driver. I think I told you guys before. I love car movies. Anything dealing with cars. Fast and Furious. Drew, all right, hit me over the head. I'm ready. Okay.
Well,
But no, it was the way that the movie was shot because it was like you were watching an action movie. At the same time, you're watching almost like a musical or something. The soundtrack and that movie went together like peanut butter and jelly, man.
it
Or
seems like it
peanut
was a
butter and
big part
chocolate.
of it. I didn't see it, but what I saw from the trailer, I think I got just kind of like not mismarketed, but they pitched it to me wrong with the trailer because while it seems like the theatrical trailer was more about just, oh my God, here's this young prodigal driver and he has a hearing issue, so he listens to music. Isn't it funny how his name is Baby and he's this 20-something-year-old baby-faced kid? Ha ha ha! Look at his girlfriend. Aren't they cute together? And everyone says Baby over and over again. And I'm like, I get it. The kid's 20 and his name is Baby. Great, move
Right.
on. The shorter trailers made it seem like it was more of an ensemble heist film, which I would have been interested in.
Yeah,
But-
it was cool how they did it. It was like a part you think you're watching Grease, or you're watching like a Bye Bye Birdie, with the music and how it all, or what's the other one? Not the Outsiders. What's that other darn movie? The popular musical. Stay cool, boy. You understand, right?
West Side Story.
Yeah, I couldn't even get it. I'm about to say
Yeah.
Westworld.
I'm like, there's music
Yeah.
in Westworld, but
But-
yeah.
But how they laid it out, it was cool how they laid it out. It wasn't your typical just drive real fast, point A to point B.
Yeah.
It actually, like I said, that soundtrack with how it was shot just sucked you right into the movie. And I think it's probably one of the underrated movies of the summer. I mean, it got good reviews, but I think it got drowned out by the more popular, summer blockbuster movies. I tell everyone go see it. I actually went out and bought the soundtrack.
All right. I
Good.
may have just given it an unfair hand. I'll try to check it out. I did see Valerian this weekend, which we got another review prep for you guys that's gonna come in the works. And I'm sorry in advance because I'm gonna blow this movie up. I'm gonna roast it to cinder. But we'll got that for you guys next time.
There's no gonna be no sequel after we get done with it.
Mm.
No sequel for Valerian.
No, I got the flames ready for that one. We're gonna go down.
And I got some questions about Game of Thrones, but we'll save that for next week.
Which I'm gonna catch up on right now after I finish homework. So yeah.
All right, thank you, Drew. Thank you, Sensei Vegan, aka Charles.
Always a pleasure, my friend. My friends. Group hug.
Group hug. I'm Michael Seven Michael. You're watching Eclectica. You can check us out on sevnetwork.com, SCVnetwork.com. Check out all our social media, which is also SCV Network. We are part of the SCV Network.